hold on, sorry. Let's go over this guy's points cost first. Level 1, he's 81. Level 2, he's... Hello everyone, today we have 1,000 Suns and Glass Half Dead. I don't have 1,000 Suns though, but I do have the Commander's Rulebook. Let's go. Okay, straight into it guys. Exalted Sorcerer. This stats, right. 6-inch move, weapon skill 2, ballistic skill 2, strength 4, toughness 4, wounds 5, attacks 4, leadership 9, save 3. Nice. This model is armed with a 4-stave, Inferno Bolt Pistol, Frag and Crack Grenades. So for those that don't know, the Inferno Bolt Pistol is 12 inches, pistol 1, strength 4, AP -2. That's pretty nice. For a pistol, that's pretty nice. And a 4-stave, which we did cover yesterday's video. And by yesterday's, I mean literally 1 minute ago. Because, yeah. The 4-stave gives you +2 strength, -1 AP, damage D3. You gotta love the damage D3. This model may replace its Inferno Bolt Pistol with a Plasma Pistol or Warp Flame Pistol. Now we know what a Plasma Pistol does. If not, zoom in. I've covered it before. However, the Warp Flame Pistol, 6 inches, so tiny. Pistol D6, strength 3, AP -2. Weapon automatically hits its target. So this is obviously a guard killer, right? A guard and orc killer. Well, no, mainly guard. I think, however, the only time you'd really want to take that is when you are planning, like very deliberately planning with your Exalted Sorcerer to charge the enemy and get stuck in for more than 1 round of combat. Because otherwise, to be honest, I'd probably stick with the Inferno Bolt Pistol. Now, obviously, the Plasma Pistol is pretty good, but at his points cost, the Plasma Pistol is costing you 7. Which is a bit expensive, I feel. I don't know. Although the Warp Flame Pistol was 7 as well. I mean, at the end of the day, 7 points isn't the end of the world. But, as these things go, I don't feel that either of them give you something over the Inferno Bolt Pistol. Because ultimately, with the Exalted Sorcerer, you're not really looking to get stuck in. This model may take a Power Sword. Now, we know what a Power Sword is. For those that have forgotten, it's strength user, AP -3, damage 1. As it stands, I would stick with the 4-stave over the Power Sword. And then we get the fun stuff. This model may ride a Disc of Zinch. If he does so, he loses the infantry keyword, gains the demon, cavalry, and fly keywords. His move characteristic is increased to 12, and his disc will attack his enemies with its blades when he fights. Right, let's unpack that. Okay. So, losing infantry doesn't matter yet in Kill Team. Becoming cavalry doesn't matter yet in Kill Team. Demon matters because so far Grey Knights will, instead of doing 1 mortal wound to you, will do D3 mortal wounds to you. So that is an issue. And getting fly is obviously very useful. It will cost you 20 points to take that. And blades. Your Disc of Zinch itself will do some damage. So it is strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. After a model on this mount makes its close combat attacks, you can attack with its mount. Make 1 additional attack using this weapon's profile. So it basically gives him a weak 5th attack for 20 points. Plus giving him fly, obviously. So, okay, let's think about it. So it gives you a 12-inch move, which is nice. Gives you fly. If you've got fly, you might be more inclined to do some charging shenanigans, which means maybe a pistol might be more interesting. Okay, so, you know, with that 12-inch move, you can move exactly far enough away that you can still shoot with either your Inferno Bolt Pistol or your Plasma Pistol, which is cool. That's good. And in general, because you've got a 12-inch move, they aren't going to be able to catch up with you. So that is quite useful. And it's interesting to note that, as I will bring up in my next video with the Autarch, I will talk about that then. He has the ability to fall back because of fly and still shoot with his pistol and be far enough away that you basically can't be charged again, unless they get exceptionally lucky or have some particularly sticky rules. Not bad. So, Death to the False Emperor is exactly the same as yesterday's. If they're an Imperium model, each time you roll a hit roll of a 6, you get an additional attack. There you go. Although I suppose it should be noted, it does say each time you roll a hit roll of a 6+. It doesn't say an unmodified 6. So potentially you could, with particular tactics, actually be raising that to on a 5 or a 4, don't know. Interesting. Favour of Tzeentch. This model has a 5-up invuln save. Needed, obviously, because you've only got a 3-up normally. And transhuman physiology. Ignore the penalty to this model's hit rolls from 1 flesh wound. Cool. Psyker. The model can attempt to manifest 2 psychic powers and deny 1. It knows the Cybolt psychic power as well as 2 generated from the Disciple of Tzeentch. Opposite. Let's go over these now. Gaze of Fate. Hold on, sorry. Let's go over this guy's points cost first. Level 1, he's 81. Level 2, he's... At level 2, he's 101. At level 3, he's 121. At level 4, he's 146. The Disc of Tzeentch is 20 points. The Plasma Pistol and Warp Flame Pistol are 7. Okay. Oh, and specialist-wise, he can be everything apart from Ferocity, I think I'm seeing there. And Stealth. So, he can have Gaze of Fate. Gaze of Fate has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, you can reroll a single advance roll, charge roll, psychic test, deny the witch test, hit roll, wound roll, saving throw, injury roll, or nerve test before the next psychic phase. Gives you a second reroll, guys, and you don't have to use a command point for it. That's really good. Really good. I mean, I don't even need to explain it to you. A second reroll, or a reroll that doesn't cost a command point, very powerful. It's only warp charge value of 6. Good, I like it. Treason of Tzeentch. Treason of Tzeentch has a warp charge value of 8. If manifested, select an enemy model that is within 12 inches of the Psyker and visible to him, and roll 2d6. If the result is greater than the character's leadership characteristic, the model is treated as if it were a model from your kill team in the subsequent shooting and fight phases. At the end of the fight phase, the model reverts to being an enemy model. Ooh, okay. Okay. So, obviously, a mind control power is really cool. However, first you have to roll over an 8. Well, sorry, an 8+, which is over average. So, to get that off, you will probably need a reroll. Which obviously you've got an extra 1 there, but keep in mind that to get that off reliably, you'll have a reroll. Okay. Then, on top of that, you have to roll over somebody's leadership. So let's say, so you need to roll an 8+. So that's a little bit above half, because 2d6 have an average of a roll of a 7. So this is just over half. So that's basically a 4-up. You need to roll a 4-up to get that off. So you have to roll a 4-up, and then you still have to roll above the enemy leadership. And do note it does say above. So greater than. So if they have, let's say, leadership 7, which is, standard Marine leadership, you have to roll an 8+, which again is giving you roughly a 4-up. Which you have to roll 2 4-ups. It's doable, but it's not reliable. It is really cool, and I do think if you're up against something with a lower leadership value, maybe orcs, where they're probably going to be taking a burner, or better yet, a scorcher, could be very cool. Also, do note that in the shooting phase, it is treated, the model my control is treated as your model. And so if you are within 1 inch of one of the enemies, because it is your model now, you cannot shoot unless you have a pistol, because you are within 1 inch of an enemy model. So all they have to do to kind of counteract that is make sure that they always have two models next to each other, and you can't do anything in the shooting phase, again, unless you have a pistol. However, you will be able to do something in the movement, in the fight phase, obviously, which again with orcs would be very effective. And then we have, finally, Bolt of Change. Bolt of Change has a warp charge value of 9. I believe that might be the highest in the book. I don't think I've ever seen a 10. I don't think the Librarian has a 9, does he? I'm aware that there are other Psychers, but I don't think the Farseer has a 9. 8, 5, 6. Nothing there. Well, maybe the Tyranids do. 5, 5, 4. Genestealer Cults. 6, 6, 6. Huh. Okay. So the Bolt of Change is an appropriately high warp charge value of 9. Eve manifested, the closest enemy model within 12 inches of the Psyker and visible to him suffers D3 mortal wounds. Now, obviously, D3 mortal wounds is pretty cool. Nobody can really argue that. Is it worth it, though? So first off, you're needing like a 5-up to cast that. You know, effectively, that becomes a 5-up. You can take the Psychic speciality, which, when I believe on the second cast of your Psychic phase, you get +2 to the roll, I think. I'd have to double check that. We are going to go over those soon, guys, don't worry. So if you cast Gaze of Fate, then Bolt of Change, that is effectively taking the Bolt of Change warp charge value down to 7, which makes it average. Or, of course, you could cast your Psybolt, then Bolt of Change, so you're putting out 1 mortal wound a turn, and then D3 mortal wounds a turn. Pretty exciting, pretty good. And, of course, D3 mortal wounds is now becoming even better with the inclusion of so many invulnerable saves, which mortal wounds go straight through. And also commanders in general having more wounds. Because otherwise, if we only had, again, if we went back to core rules, D3 mortal wounds isn't amazing, because most models only have a single wound. So this effectively becomes 1 mortal wound. Obviously not always the case, and it's D3 mortal wounds are a great way of killing lictors and warriors. But anyway, you guys are going to make me check, aren't you? You're going to make me check whether or not I was right about invulnerable saves. I'm sure I am. I never play models with invulnerable saves, so I'm not 100% on them. But it's true, right? There you go. Do not make a wound roll or saving throw, including invulnerable saves against a mortal wound. I checked it. I didn't mess up. No downvotes, guys. Come on. Don't make me cry. Okay. Zangor Shaman. Oh, he's got a movement of 12. He's fast as... How fast do normal Zangors move? They're not that fast, right? That's some crazy commander level movement, right? I'm scared. Zangor's 6. Okay. You know what? It's because the Zangor Shaman is already on a Disc of Zinch. That makes sense. Okay. It got me there. Right. 12-inch move. Weapon skill 3 up, ballistic skill 3 up, strength 4, toughness 4, wounds 4, attacks 3, leadership 8, save 6. This model is armed with a Force Stave. It rides to battle atop a disc of Zinch, which attack with its blades. Now, we've been over a Force Stave. It's strength +2, AP -1, damage D3. It's a good weapon. We've been over how the blades on the disc of Zinch work. We're okay with that. Straight to the abilities. Awe of Dark Glory. Model has a 5-up invulnerable save. Same as this guy here, except this time it's actually better than his normal save, which is obviously useful. Sorceress Alexa. You can reroll the first failed psychic test you make for this model. This ability can only be used once per battle. That is very nice. No doubt. No doubt. I like it. I don't really have a feeling of... So, just reading from it here, you can reroll the first failed psychic test you make. So it's not a question of, oh, I'm gonna hold myself back and save it for my big Treason of Zinch or Bolt of Change. It's just, as soon as you fail one, even if it's just your basic Gaze of Fate or Cybolt, you have to use it. I assume you have to use it or forfeit using it, which I don't know why you do, but you can attempt to manifest one psychic power and deny one psychic power. You know, Cybolt and one psychic power from the ones that we just went over. Unlike this guy who gets 2. However, level 1 he has 40 points. He is literally half the cost of the exalted sorcerer. The exalted sorcerer level 1 is 81. The Zangor Shaman is 40. Then he goes level 2 55, level 3 70, and level 4 95. And his war gear doesn't cost anything. Okay, he can't be too many things. And that's it, guys. That is the 1,000 Suns. Although I'm excited to build their basic kill team, I don't really have much of a grasp over their commanders yet. I think it will take a little bit of, well, mainly seeing what other people do to kind of figure out how these guys play well. But I suppose it all boils down to take the Zangor Shaman. I think the Exalted Sorcerer is really cool, and they have amazing models. I love them. However, Zangor Shaman's half the points and can be a strategist, and I suspect that's going to be the way to go. Again, I've said it in multiple other videos, I am probably overvaluing level 3 strategists, but yeah, it's good. So you're taking him at 70 points. That effectively means you can cram in 2 more Rubric Marines to your list, and then just take a Zangor Shaman, who can just sit there and Gaze of Fate and Bolt of Change the whole day. There you go. Cool. That's it. Alright, everybody, let me know what your thoughts are about 1,000 Suns. OP as hell? No, they're not. But maybe they are. Let me know. And yeah, hope you've enjoyed this rundown. Up next, we're going to do Azayani. And then, after that, we're going to move on to things like the strategies, and we can actually break them down, and then also the missions. Okay. Hope you've all had a good day. Hope you continue to have a good day. Glass half dead, logging out.